Clustering. Clustering is the only unsupervised. Remember, whenever unsupervised, I'm going to call the aliens from the other planet, right? So we call the aliens from another planet. They come on the planet Earth and they make two observations. Again, observations. They're seeing some pattern. They see, there are no animals and plants, but they see this observation that there are things which are brown, black kind of things on the, and they run away, depending on what they are. A lion comes to eat you and the deer runs away, right? The direction changes, but they run away in certain direction. And there are things which are green and they don't run away. So those are two observations which the aliens made. And by just the mere observation, they can say, oh, there is a pattern. There are things which are animals, or these objects which are animals, and there are things which are plants. So by just mere observation, they have done it. Some of you may be confused at this point of time and shy enough to not ask the question. Still, it looks like classification. It seems similar, right? So many times people have that. The main difference between classification and clustering is this. The goal of classification is to take each object and say whether it belongs to this classified group or this group or that group. Clustering, the end goal is not about individual object. It's about how many patterns exist, how many groups exist, how many clusters exist. That's the goal of clustering. So the end goal is very different. And that's where the differentiation comes in. Here we are more interested about, there is a pattern called animals, there is a pattern called plants, and then maybe a pattern called non-living things. There are three clusters, right? That's your goal. So your end goal is defining. In fact, let me go back a little bit. If you look at this slide and this blue and red combination, let's say these are tweets, right? These are tweets coming in from Twitter and it's election time, and the tweets which are blue and the red, and you know what they mean. I don't need to explain that, right? So we have that. And the goal here is clustering. It's not about that individual tweet. You don't care about that individual tweet, right? But what we are caring about, how many patterns are there? There are blue ones and Democrats, and there is red ones, the Republicans, right? So there's a thing. And based on this, just the sheer amount of those clusters, you can say, oh, the red ones are trending forward, right, at this moment of time, right? That's the behavior. And those other ones, what are they? They're outliers. They do not fall in any of those patterns. So that's what outliers is. So by looking at these patterns, you can start making use cases and patterns in life, right? So clustering may sound trivial, but still there is a real purpose or use case for those things as well.